FIFA has created an anti-racism committee, and leading that committee will be Vinicius Junior. Here's FIFA President Gianni Infantino with more. He said there will be no more football with racism in it. The game should be stopped immediately when it happens. Enough is enough. I asked Vinicius to lead this group of players that will present stricter punishments against racism that will later be implemented by all football authorities around the world. We need to hear the players and what they need to work in a safer environment. We are very serious about it. So the committee is to consist entirely of players. Do you like this idea, Shaka?
I like the idea of an anti-racism committee. I don't like the idea of... first of all, I don't like the idea of an active player leading this committee. I just feel that the work is far too detailed for somebody who's still playing. And my concern, especially coming from Gianni Infantino, that this is just performative. That this is about feeling that he has to say something, almost anything, and that he's setting Vinicius Junior up to fail. That's my genuine concern. The reason being, Sepp Blatter set up an anti-racism task force in 2013, headed by former CONCACAF president Jeffrey Webb, and then everything happened, and they left. Gianni Infantino is sworn in as FIFA president February 2016. September 2016, Gianni Infantino disbands the anti-racism task force, saying that their work is done, that everything our task force was set up to do has been accomplished. There's absolutely no need. So now to roll the clock 7 years forward, recognizing everything that has happened since, recognizing the outcry around racism in Russia, who hosted the 2018 World Cup, realizing the outcry around not respecting gay rights in Qatar, who hosted the 2022 World Cup, to come full circle now and hand a task force off that, by all accounts, had completed its work 7 years ago, to an active player, a 22-year-old active player. I'm sorry, it just feels performative to me. There is far more serious work to be done at every level of the game than to just have this kind of, I don't want to say unjust or unjustified, but it just feels like it's more about making a show than about really addressing the issue.
It's about him being seen to be not ignoring it, in a sense. Gianni Infantino is full of tosh. Gianni Infantino is a bluffer. One of the biggest bluffers out there. He's basically passing the buck here onto young men playing this game who have been very badly racially abused. In that statement there, he talks about, well, we need to do more. How many times have we heard that? We need to do more. And we need to stop the game. The game is already stopped. This isn't a new thing. The game is stopped when any racism is detected. The players may leave the field, they may not. But the game is already stopped. So what the hell is he talking about? That already happens. So this is just total bluff and rhetoric and words, and basically passing it on to, well, we're going to form a committee here because basically we don't want to be seen to be taking the hard steps that are really needed if we're going to weed out the sort of stuff we saw, particularly in Spain, but not only in Spain, with the treatment of Rodrigo and Vinicius Juniors and others at grounds and around the cities, and Javier Tebas at La Liga, and Gianni Infantino and UEFA and all these organisations did diddly squat about it. They all tried to pass the buck. They couldn't pass the buck around quick enough. And it's nothing more. Nothing more. Whenever this man speaks, it's bluff and bluster.
I have no problem with Vinicius Junior as being, an ambassador to this, as being some kind of a face to it. But this is lawyers' work. Gianni Infantino is a lawyer. This is international law that we're talking about. If FIFA are serious about addressing the concerns, this is about international law and balancing balancing so many different approaches and legalities the globe over. You don't just hand that to a 22-year-old player. I'm sorry. It just reeks of let's just make a show of this so we can say that we tried.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.